Selma Teacher 7, Mr. Barry here. Today is lesson number 6 for the computer literacy course. Today I'm going to be going over and doing a quick review of our Google Drive, and then we're going to be diving into Google Photos and seeing just why this app is a great app and not just a good app. And then we're going to be looking at Google Templates as well. So let's get started with the lesson. So in this quick review of Google Drive, just want to go over that whenever we click on New, it's a single click. If we do a double click on New, we get a new folder, and I don't want to do that at all now, do I? So let's cancel that out. So remember, it's a single click on the New button, and then the things that we're doing greatly is we're creating new documents with Google Docs. Eventually we'll be going into Google Sheets and Google Slides. And you may notice there's more here, which gives me different apps to connect with. Now, if you don't have very many apps here, you can just simply click on here where it says Connect More Apps and actually add more applications to your Google Drive. Now, the next feature I want to go over is right here where it says Search the Drive. So if I click into Search Drive and type in something like Lesson 5, and then I hit that Enter key once, notice that it brings up all of the documents that have the word Lesson 5 in them. Now, just to let you know, it will look through your Microsoft Word documents as well, as you see here, and PDF documents, and it'll even go through your photographs. So if you have a photo with the words Lesson 5 or 5 in them, then it will bring it up in this list. To open them, all I have to do is double click on one of these and it will open them up. Another feature I want to go over is looking at this main area here. This is the main viewing area in the center of your screen. And you notice that I can sort by name, by owner, last modified, or size. So if I click on name here, and now I'm changing it and I'm looking by the name. So now it has an alphabetical order by the name. If I click on last modified, then I can choose when it was last modified. And now I see the things that were last modified by me. So it is easy to change how you're sorting your documents and your folders in this main viewing area. You may delete any files or folders simply by right-clicking them and then clicking on Remove. And when you do that, it will be moved to the trash can. Now from there, you are able to go in and actually empty the trash can. And if you don't do anything with the files, they eventually are purged from the system there, from the trash can. You may also notice that whenever you do a right click on a file or a folder within your Google Drive, you can do things such as share it, move to another folder. You can also click on Add Star, which basically will add a little star to it, letting you know that this is an important file to you. You can change the folder color, you can search, you can rename it. You may also click here where it says download. You can actually download the entire folder or files onto your local machine. And our next topic is Google Photos. Now, to find Google Photos, simply go over here to the Google Apps and click it, and then click on Google Photos. Now, the good news, you can also find this on your smartphones. If you don't have the app already installed on your smartphone, simply go to your web store such as Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. And you can then do a search for Google Photos and install it onto your smartphone that way. Once you've installed it onto your phones, it will begin synchronizing all of your photos that you take with those devices to your Google Photos app. And you'll be able to see them from any of your other devices. Now, this is true as long as you are logged into the same Google account on your smartphone as well as on your other devices. So let's look at some of the features that we have here. In the upper left-hand corner, you have the main menu. So if you click that, you have where you can see your photos as we're seeing now. You also have albums. So whenever you upload photos, you can be adding these to an album. You can also click on items, such as if I wanted to click on some of these here, as I've done here. And then I can click on Add, and I can add it to an album as well. Next is the Assistant. The Assistant is great because they allow you to create albums from photos that were taken during the same time, and it can also rediscover days in the past. Here you can see that you can create a new album, a shared album, a photo book, a movie, a collage, or even an animation. Going back to the main menu, you can have what's called sharing, so you can be sharing albums, photos with others, and even allow it so that you can have other people add photos to your albums. You can have photo books here. You also have archive. Now with archive, you can archive important photos such as photos of documents such as wills, receipts, or other important things that you want to save. You can archive it that way. You also have trash. Yes, it's true that you can delete any photo or album and it will be moved to the trash can. Below that we see shared libraries. Then we can get into our settings. We have help, feedback. You also have app download. So if you have an Apple or a Windows machine, you can download the Google Photos app and then it can begin synchronizing all the photos that are saved on that device with your Google Photos. So let me click on Photos. So let's say that I want to create an album and I want to share that with some of my friends. What I can do is I can click on the day and it'll highlight or select all of those photos from that day. Let's say I want to do multiple days, so I'll click on the next day and it selects all those. And let's get that one, and let's get all of these photos, and let's get all of these photos that were taken on that day. And so you notice I'm just clicking on the date there. And it's selecting all those days for me. Now, if there was some photos that I didn't want, I could simply click on them and unhighlight them. If I didn't want an entire day, I could just simply click on the day and it unhighlights the entire day. Now with all these photos that are highlighted, it tells me at the top that I have 111 selected. Now I can go over here to the add symbol, click it, and let's click on shared album. And now I'm going to click on new shared album. And we see that it's creating the album now. Next we can give this a title. After giving it a title, I'll click on share. And I can key in the name of the person I want to share this with. Now once I have the name up there, I'll click on the person I want to share this with. Click it, and then I'll click on send. Now if I go over to the three dots, click it, I have more options. So I'm going to go down here to where it says options. And here notice that I have collaborate, which allow anyone to add their own photos or videos to this album. Another cool feature of Google Photos is the search. So let's click on search. Notice that it does group similar faces together. And I can do a search for like birthday, California, Safari, or other things. But let's just type in something. I'm going to type in the word Dodge. Hit enter. And now it brings up all of the pictures of the Dodges here. So it found a Dodge truck. Even found a Dodge Ram over here. It found this Dodge Coronet. So it's pretty amazing that it can actually recognize what kind of cars are in the photos and bring those up for us. Let's see what happens when I key in Mitsubishi. And it found my Mitsubishi i-MiEV. Even found the instrument panel for my Mitsubishi i-MiEV. Another thing too that you can do is if you take a number of photos together, one after another, you can create what these called animations. So here you can see a number of animations that I made with Google Photos. So it'll find every Mitsubishi in all of your photos. Even if the word Mitsubishi is on a document, it'll bring it up. It'll even bring up videos, as you see here. And even recognize the inside of a Mitsubishi i-MiEV. So I think that is just amazing that I can always find a Mitsubishi no matter where I look. Next, let's look for a Ford. And now it found all of the Fords. So here's a Ford. Here's a Ford Model A. Here's a Ford truck. Here's a Ford car. Let's do another search. This time we're going to search for a person. So I'm going to click on one of my sons here, and we'll click him. And now it brings up all the photos that have my son in them. I'm going to go down this list. As you go further down the list, it goes further back into time. So I'm moving back in time here, all the way to when he was just a little child. So here he is, and here he is in the car. So it will recognize a person even when they're very young, as you can see in these photos here, and even when they're not looking at the camera, such as in this picture where we see Shalom looking straight down at the snow. So let's go over some of the buttons that we have here. This is the share, and then this is the edit, this is zoom in and info, and then I can add it to my favorites, I can delete it, and I can do other things such as add it to a slideshow. I can go in and download it, I can rotate it, add it to an album, add it to a shared album, or even use it as a feature photo, or even archive it. Now if I was to go into edit and click there, so with the editing tools I can choose these different effects. So if I click on the auto, you see increase the contrast, kind of deepen the colors there. It was kind of nice. There's other effects such as Eiffel, Metro, Palma. Now I can go back to auto, and here's more basic adjustments. I can change the light, the color, and even the pop factor, and that's the contrast. If I click here, I can rotate it to any angle, or I can even crop off things that I didn't want. If I didn't like that, I can undo it by clicking on reset. When I'm done, I click on done. And if I like that, I'll click on done. And I have my new photo there. Now if I click on info, right away you'll be able to see who is in the picture, when the picture was taken, and even the time, the name of the image, and the location of the image. Now if that was not the correct location, you could click right here where it says edit, and then I can change the location. I can even key in an address, and it would find it on the map and put it there on the map for me. If that was not the correct day or time, I click on edit, and I can simply write in the correct date and time. Now it is possible that you can be taking photos with your cell phone and actually viewing your photos with Google Photos on your cell phone, but then you log into the same Google account on another device and you don't see them. So what could be causing that to not be synchronizing? Well, what we're going to do is click on at Google Photos, click on the three lines that you see up there in the upper corner, and then you go down to settings and click it. And then you're going to be seeing settings. Now the very first option you see on the top there is called backup and sync. Click that, and then notice the first option says backup and sync. That should be blue and turned on. If you scroll down a little bit, notice that it does say your backup device folders, so you could add or subtract folders from your phone to be backed up or not. And then the upload size. Normally what I do is I go high quality, free, unlimited storage. So there's no limit on how many photos you can put up to your Google Photos. Below that it says cellular data backup. Now if you're connecting your phone to a Wi-Fi at home, it'll upload your photos when it's connected to Wi-Fi. But let's say you don't have Wi-Fi at your house, then what you'd have to do is go down to where it says cellular data backup, and notice the very first option says photos. If you want your photos to be backed up on your cellular data, then go ahead and choose on for that one. If you want your videos to be added to that, turn that on too. But just be aware that when you turn that on, it will be using your cellular data. So if you only have so many gigs per month, it will be using up some of that to upload and synchronize your photos. Now the next question that usually pops up is that, hey, I've been taking up so many pictures that I'm running out of space on my cell phone. It's true that you don't have a limit to how many pictures that you can actually store in your Google Photos. but there is a limit on your cell phone. So how do you delete the pictures from your cell phone without deleting the photos from your Google Photos? Well, it's easy. Bring up the photo that you want to take out and then click on the three dots. You'll see a menu that comes down. At the very bottom it says delete from device. Click that. Then you get a little message that says delete from device. Items will remain in your Google account. That means they're going to stay in your Google Photos and you'll still see them just as before, but they won't be taking up space on your phone. So click on the bottom button there that says delete from device and you'll take it off. Now you have more space on your cell phone. Now what I'd like us to do is to open up our books and turn to lesson number 6, using Google Photos and Google Templates. So what are Google Photos? Now we've gone over this already with the video, but just to reiterate, Google Photos is that free app. It automatically uploads and synchronizes all your photos from your different devices to a folder within your Google Drive called your Google Photos. So photos taken with your cell phone are seen on your home computer and vice versa. This is all done automatically as long as you have installed the free app called Google Photos on your smartphone and have logged into the same Google account. It also organizes and allows you to search all of your photos in many different ways. This technology is simply amazing because it uploads photos taken with your cell phone instantly and even combines photos to make a panoramic picture, and here are 2 examples. So a few years ago I went to Morro Bay with my family and my wife took these photos. And you can see here I'm dragging my children down the side of the sand dunes, and as I was dragging them down, my wife was taking different pictures. And so Google Photos looked at these different pictures and was able to stitch them all together and make one beautiful panoramic picture out of them. Later I went home and I took about 13 or so images of the living room. The way that you do that is you stay in one spot, such as a corner like I'm standing in, and then I would take one picture and then move the camera a little bit and take another image and move over a little bit, take another image, move over, take another image. And so I'm looking around the entire room, and with each photo it's overlapping the previous one taken. So this took about 13 or so images, but look how beautiful it is. You don't even see where one photo ends and another photo begins. It all looks like one large image. Even the detail in the sofas, the couch over here, and in the blinds, everything just looks perfect. There are no limits to how many photos and 1080p videos you can add to your Google Photos, so take as many as you wish. To find your photos, just browse to your Google Drive, click on the Google Photos, or start the Google Photos app. You may search photos by a person's name or their face, or even a place or an object such as sky, car, or tree. Photos. Within the main menu, which resides inside the sidebar of the Google Photos, there are many more tools and options that we saw earlier today. For example, there's the Assistant. The Assistant can create panoramic pictures from photos that were shot together, animations from photos shot within moments of each other, movies from events, and stories from photos shot within a time frame, for example during a trip to Half Dome. You also have Photos. This tool brings up all of your photos and they are all arranged by date taken. So the latest ones will be at the top of the list and the older ones at the bottom of the list. Next topic, what are Google Templates? Templates are ready-made documents that you can customize to your use. You can find the Google Templates within the Template Gallery and create your own personalized document, spreadsheet, presentation, or form. Whether you need a resume, a cover letter, an invoice, a birthday card, a calendar, or any of a wide variety of templates, Google Templates Gallery can help you get your document started. There were 2 types of templates that could be used with Google Documents and Google Spreadsheets. These were the classic templates that Google had been using for years and a new set of templates. As of October 2018, there is only one used, and that is called the Google Template Gallery. The Google Template Gallery, found within the Docs home, which may be found in the upper left-hand corner of a new blank document. So I'd open up into this page and show you Docs here. Above that is Search. Then you see the Apps, Below that we have Start a New Document. We can start a blank document or create one from any of these templates. To see more templates, we simply click on Template Gallery. Below this are recently worked on projects such as document spreadsheets and presentations. Here's how you can find the Template Gallery. You do not need to perform these steps at this time. Number 1, from within Docs, Sheets, Slides, or Forms, you click on the File menu as seen here. The File menu would then open. Then you click on New, you go across and down, and then you click on From Template. From the Templates Gallery site, you can browse templates by category, you can sort templates by popularity or rating, or by category or type of document. You may scroll up or down the list to view the templates that are available. Here, let me demonstrate. So I click on File, go down to New, go down to From Template, and we find the Template Gallery. Here we see the recently used. If I scroll down, then I see the resumes, letters, personal, work, sales, legal, human resources, freelance engagements, education. So there are many templates to choose from. Other categories and templates may be added by Google at any time. Here's another way to find the Google Template Gallery. Just click on the Google Docs home, which is found in the upper left-hand corner of your workspace, as seen here. We're now going to begin the practice with the Google Template Gallery. Number 1, you need to start the Chrome browser or open up your Chromebook, and you'll need to log into your Google account if you haven't done so already. After logging in, you need to go to your Google page and then click on the Apps icon, as seen here. The app screen will load showing the apps that are installed in your account. You'll need to click on the Google Drive icon, as seen here. Your Google Drive app should load. What I need you to do is locate your projects folder, and then once you find it, double click it to open it. Once your project folder opens, you'll see the documents you've created in the past. And notice that your address should show the My Drive and then the Projects folder as seen here and here. What I'd like you to do is take your mouse and click once on the New button, and a menu will come down, and now click on Google Docs. It will ask you, do you want to create this in a shared folder? Click on Create and Share. The Google Docs word processor should open to a blank document. Step number 14. Take your mouse and click once on Docs Home. If this is the first time that you have ever used Docs Home, then it will actually open up to a screen like this, which is a Welcome to Google Docs. If you want to, you can click on Take a Tour and take a quick tour of Docs Home. If not, click on the X or Done button. Docs Home should now look like this after closing the welcome screens. Step number 17. Click on the Template Gallery found in the upper right hand side of your screen. This will reveal more templates. Step number 18. Go down the list until you can find the template called Newsletter by Plum. You'll have a purple line as seen here, and you'll have a black and white picture of a guitar in the middle. Step number 19. Open the template by clicking it. If any message appear, click on Got it or OK to close them. Step number 20. The template should load with a new document as seen here, where it says Your Band, Newsletter, a date, and then it says we are nominated for the Best New Artist by Band website, and then it'll have a photograph of a guitar. What we'll need to do is we need to rename the document. Now there's several ways to do this. One way to rename a document is to click on File and then go down and click on Rename. And now you'll notice that Rename is highlighted. What this needs to be named is Newsletter Project. So go ahead and click in there and type in the word Newsletter Project. Step 23. We'll now need to change the text that reads Your Band to be Your Name. Now an easy way to do this is to take your mouse and click once behind the D, and then use the backspace found on your keyboard to take out the letters, being careful not to delete anything else after that, and then type in your name. After typing your name, take your mouse and click in between the N and the E. Use backspace once to take out the N, and then I need to have the word Christmas, so type in Christmas, hit the space bar, and then a capital N. So now we have Christmas newsletter. Step number 25. Change the date that's listed here to be today's date. So we'll do that now. Take your mouse and click behind September. You can use the backspace to take out that word and then type in October. And the day's date is the 12th. And then the year is 2018. After doing that, you'll have your name at the top, Christmas newsletter below that, and October 12th, 2018. Now we'll be ready for step number 26. You can replace the text easily by clicking to the right of any text and then using the backspace key. Delete the current text. After the current text is all gone, type in the new words. So now, step number 27. Replace the text that says, "We are nominated for the Best New Artist by Band website." You can do this by clicking right behind the last letter and then tapping the backspace key enough times to take out almost all of the words. Stop right there. So we still have the word "we." Have had another great year. And here is the news. So go ahead and type that in. Step 28. After typing in, "We have had another great year and here is the news," take your mouse and click once on the image of the guitar. It will become highlighted as seen here. Now hit the Enter key once, and that image goes away. Now take your mouse and click on Insert, and then go down to Images, and now click on Search. When you do that, we get a new window that says Search the Web here. We're going to click into the search box and type in the word Christmas. And then hit the Enter key once. Images of Christmas should come up. You can take any of these, and if you double click it, it will insert that image. There we go. Now we have an image inserted in after the text. Below that it says a big thank you. So all we need to do now is to take our mouse and click in between the word "you" and the exclamation mark. Hit the space bar and then type in these words. So it would be a big, big thank you to all of our friends and family for making this a great year. Now what I'd like you to do is take your mouse and click between the T and the period on the very first paragraph on the second page. Now this is not English, in fact it's not any language, it's just random letters put together. So when you do that, you'll hit the backspace to take out those random letters because they're not a real language. And we're going to be putting in our own sentence. So the sentence that we're going to be putting in is, "We were able to go to Morro Bay and we had a great day at the beach." Now what I'd like to do is click below the last paragraph here and then use your backspace to take out those random letters and words and then type in this short sentence. "Here's a picture of Morro Bay." Hit the Enter key after typing in that short sentence And then what we're going to do is we're going to be inserting one more image. So take your mouse, click on Insert, go down to Image, and then search the web. This time we're going to type in Morro Bay, and then hit the Enter key once. And we'll use any of these images you want to use. And double click on one. As you can see there, it inserts the picture into our newsletter project. Now this document would automatically be shared with your teacher if it was created within your shared folder. Step 23. After creating the first document, you need to go back to templates and find the letters. So to find the templates, we can go up here to Docs Home and then click on Template Gallery. And after this, we're going to scroll down to the letters. What I like it to do is to click on the business letter that says Geometric, and that opens up the template called the business letter. Now for this one, we do not need to change the name, but we do need to change some information inside of it. So what I'd like you to do is click on the space right behind the Y and go backspace and type in the name of our company, which is capital KIO apostrophe OS. And then for the address, we're going to click into the numbers and type in the address 899. We're going to take out the word your and replace it with first. For the city, we're going to replace that with the word Selma. And then for ST, we're going to put in CA for California. And the zip code is 93662. We're not going to change the phone number or the email address. We'll keep those the same. For the date, we're going to change that. So click right behind September and use your backspace key to take out those. And then type in October and then 12th. And then click behind the year, use the backspace, and then type in 18. So now we have October the 12th, 2018. And before it was going to Mrs. Ronnie Reeder, we're going to take out that. And now it's going to Mr. Rick Gonzalez. And then for the address, we're not going to change that. We're going to leave it as 123 Address Street. But for the city, we're going to change that to the word Selma for the city. For the state, we're going to put California or just CA. And then for the zip code, we're going to put in 93662. And down here, it will say, Dear Mr. Gonzalez. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this text by dragging my mouse over. That's one way to take out this text. And then I hit the backspace and that takes out all those words. And what I'm going to say is, it was a pleasure to see you at the office the other day. And now the next sentence says, if we can provide you with any assistance, comma, please let us know. And then we'll have a space, and then best regards. We'll have a space for a signature. And then below that we have your name. Now for your name, go ahead and type in your name. And then below that it will say CEO and then your company. Now an easy way to put in the company name is to take your mouse, click once behind the S, and then drag across. And then right click the blue area now and select copy. And then highlight the words that say your company. And then right click it and say paste. There we go. Now you've completed your letter. We want to make sure that we're sharing these documents with your teacher. So what we're going to do is open up a new tab by clicking on the new tab icon found at the top of your screen. So on my computer it looks like a plus, but on your computer it may look like this square here. It depends on which version of Chrome OS you're using. Number 2, click on the app launcher and then go down to the Google Drive. The Google Drive app should load. Number 5, if the documents that you just created are not in the project folder, then you can move them by dragging and drop them into that specific folder. So it's going to look like this, where you see your drive, and then in the main area you'll see the projects that you just created. Take your mouse in the middle of any of those, hold down the mouse clicker, and then drag it and then drop it into your project folder. And do that for both of these projects that you made today. We are now ready for the review questions for Google Photos and Google Templates. So if you're taking this class for credit, please take out a clean sheet of paper, write your name along the top, answer the questions, and pass them in to your teacher. Or you may email them to your teacher. Question number 1. Google Photos automatically uploads your photos to your Google Drive if the device is logged into your Google account. Is this A, true, B, false, or C, none of the above? Number 2. The Google Photos app can be installed from which Android app or store? Number 3. If you are logged into your Google account, you may see the photos stored within your Google Photos by going to which app? Question number 4. Google Templates can be found under which menu? Question number 5. Google may add or remove templates from their template folder. Is this A, true, B, false, or C, none of the above? Question number 6. What is the name of this icon? Question number 7. What is the name of this icon? Question number 8. What is the name of this icon? Question number 9. What is the name of this icon? Question number 10. What is the name of this icon? In this lesson, we covered a number of features found within Google Photos and Templates. Using Google Photos, finding Google Templates, changing the contents of a template to fit your needs. Well, that concludes lesson number 6. Please click on thumbs up, comment down below because I love to read your comments, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.